All right, so Joe Torry, of course, when I look at you, all I can think of is Chicago
Oh, there we go.
from Poetic Justice.
Yeah.
1991 or 92 was
That
that?
was. I think that was 92, 93.
Yeah, somewhere
Something
in
like
that
that.
era.
Somewhere in that era.
So
No,
you
I think,
got a chance to work with two of the greatest, Janet
yeah,
Jackson and
yeah.
Tupac.
And let's not forget Regina King,
Well, of course.
two-time Emmy winner. So three of the greatest
Yes.
of all time. And you know, it's funny because I'm just, you know, I was just thinking about it the other day. So many people in the movie that I met. You know what I'm saying? The Tupac movie's coming out.
Right.
I've been a consultant on it for the last 8 years.
Okay.
So and it's great. It's a fabulous piece of you know, film that's, you know, it's going to really come out.
Now,
and
did you know Tupac outside of just Poetic Justice?
no, I didn't meet him until Poetic Justice.
But y'all were friends after.
Oh yeah. I was
I
like big
gotcha.
brother. So yeah, we stay real tight. I was
Okay.
like big brother to him. I sent him put some money on his books, and you know, when he really got locked down. Yeah, he was, you know, I a lot of stories about Tupac that you know, that I can tell, and people always want to know, and that's why they kind of, you know, asked me, you know, to be a consultant, because so many people didn't know him, and they wanted to tell the right story. But also, Maya Angelou was in the film as well.
Wow.
And I got a chance to, you know, to meet her and speak with her. And I talk about it in my jokes how, you know, I met some of these famous people, but I got cussed out by them.
Right.
You know, Maya
So who
Angelou-
cussed you out?
Maya Angelou cussed
No,
me
she
out.
didn't. That's a Christian woman. They
Well,
don't curse.
Well, she ain't cussed me out, but she checked me in front of Janet. Oh my God.
Oh, really?
Yeah, man. Jim Brown's cussed me out. You know what I'm saying? Jim Brown.
Uh-huh.
Also meet these legends, but they are stern and they don't care. And I'm like, you know, and I loved it. You know, I think back at it, I loved it. I'm like, you know, I got cussed out or I got reprimanded by some legends. And you know, and I tell those stories sometimes, but you know, they're when you talk about that movie, it was so many beautiful people in it. From Regina, that's still doing her thing now. We're still good friends, and to know Maya Angelou and Tupac.
Right,
So,
absolutely, absolutely. And of course, Maya Angelou and Tupac have since passed on.
yeah.
And I think it's June 16th is his birthday and the
Yeah.
release of his biopic.
Yeah.
So what would be like three things you could tell us about Pac that we typically wouldn't know?
Oh man, that he, you know, he as one the ride or die. Tupac just he didn't really care as far as his attitude wasn't against you. If he's just with you, he just rode with you. And a lot of people didn't know he was fighting a lot of wars that he wasn't even in.
Okay.
But as far as a true artist, he just wanted to work. A lot of people didn't. If you didn't know it, he just wanted to stay in the studio and write, stay in a hotel room and write.
Right.
He didn't really care about partying and doing none of that. That's why he had so much work out there. So he was true to a game, and he was trying to change his image. He wanted to become the greatest actor out there, and a lot of people didn't know that. But he was changing his old image, wearing suits and you know, putting on and taking on different roles, and he was really trying to get an Oscar. He wanted an Oscar, and you know, people didn't know he was. You know, if you've seen his last work, he was kind of, you know, graduating toward that. So.
Okay, good stuff. Did you know his mom?
No, I met his mom like once or twice.
Okay.
And I was hoping to meet her again before the film, but she died 2 weeks before she was supposed to see the film.
I know, I
But
remember that.
yeah, but the film, trust me, she heard good things about it. That's why she wanted to see it. But it's going to do her proud. They do her very well in the movie.
Good.
Yeah,
So you
it's,
saw the whole thing?
Yeah, I saw I saw it like 3 hours long.
Okay.
I was giving them, okay, you take that out,
Right.
but you don't really know it because it's like it's like a concert and a movie going on at the same time, and before you know it, it was like 2 hours 55 minutes, and it was
Right.
like wow, and the time flew by. But you can't do that in a theater.
Right.
So, but the three important things in his life was his mother, Jada Pinkett,
Right.
and I think her name was Khalifa or Kalika or what, Quincy Jones's daughter.
Okay.
So they were some, you know, and you'll see it in the film. They were real beacons in his life that kind of made him always go back to the straight and narrow.
Right.
But they show, and I love how they show the strong woman that his mother was, and you understand why Tupac was the way he was.
Wow. And who would have thought he was that close with Jada?
Well, you know,
I mean, from the
yeah.
movie?
And they show you how they got close because you know, School of Arts.
Yeah.
A lot of people didn't know. You know, Tupac went to a Vision Performing Arts School. So you know, some of us out here, they may be crazy, but Cat Williams and Eddie Griffin, you know, Master P, they all went to performing arts schools. You know.
Okay.
So you know, people ain't that far from crazy
Right.
from being a genius.
Okay.
And you know, Tupac just, you know, he just went that line. But you'll see it in the movie, and I like how they attack his youth and how they show how he found his talent through the arts.
Absolutely.